Hello, YouTube! Welcome back to another episode of Factorio. My name is Tannis Fugit. Thank you for stopping by the Fugitive Theater, as always. So, what are we up to this time? Well, at the very end of last episode, I got a little brain confused. It's better being brain confused than, like, spleen confused. Trust me, it gets weird. But I got a little... I don't know. We're starting the episode off great. I got a little confused and had like waffled back and forth between how I wanted to do rails to carry stuff back and forth from like the crude oil setup that we had started back to here, and I started researching fluid wagons, but then I started building this as though I were going to carry like coal over to there. So but I think I have really decided that carrying coal over is the way that I want to go with this. So we're going to continue the way that we started here, which is that we are going to just run this rail line. And we're just going to blow through this forest on the way through. Anyway, I was meaning to ask you guys, have you ever had a moment where you just realized that you're not like the normal demographic of the world anymore? Because I have to say, a streamer that I really respect recently used the phrase, like, referred to people who look at Factorio, specifically as Factorio by name, referred to people who look at Factorio and decide, oh, that's just not hard. I wish that were a little more complicated for me. And they use that as like a derogatory phrase, right? Like only weirdos would look at something like Factorio and decide that it could use some more complicated mechanics. And I'm just like, yeah, I kind of legitimately did that. And you just sort of realize that, like, I'm just not the normal demographic for most people anymore. I don't know exactly when that happened, but it definitely happened. I stopped being the normal demographic at some point. Just wanted to know if, please confirm or deny if that's ever happened to you. I think I'm gonna go back through that same forest on the way back here, unfortunately. I used all of my grenades. Well, actually, this is the more immediate problem. Is that I'm going to encounter this. Which I guess is not a big deal, but it is slightly annoying. But then, yeah, I'm going to hit this same forest, which I guess maybe there's only going to be a few trees that are actually physically in the way. There we go. That actually cuts right through pretty nicely. I was worried that was going to be more complicated. Let's try and get up to the correct level for my connection point up here, which I can't really see, unfortunately. I guess we're just going to have to... Oh, I went too high up north. Let's try and back this up. I find laying rail to be not a particularly fun endeavor. Just simply because I find it very difficult to... Oh, okay, so it's like at this level, basically. So I have to like back this up even further. Let's try and bring... I guess I can... With the long reach mod, I can actually do it at this level, so I might as well actually just do this. There we go. Oh, it's a mistake. I think there's one. Could I stop doing that, please? There we go. Okay. And I see fluid wagon finished at some point. So on top of all of the... So I did at one point I made 2 locomotives, so I'm going to need to make the actual cars. Yeah, I'm going to make... I don't know, we're going to make like 2 or 3 of them to start out with. I'm not going to make a fluid wagon, but I also need 2 train stops. And well, I guess right now I don't need any signals because I'm just doing very basic stuff right now. But we're going to go ahead and set... Well, let's actually check our science here. I'm going to do lab research speed first. What do I still need for this? I need advanced electronics. Let's do... No, let's do research speed for now, because I'm still a ways away from actually setting up any of the things that I need to set up. Boom. Okay, so I created one of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that here. Yeah, that seems right. And let's plop down our first actual locomotive. Awesome. And let's put a car on it. For now, just the one. And I'm going to go ahead and run the transport belts over. And there's going to be like a single splitter here because some of this is going to go straight up and be met with a inserter, which is going to just, you know, slowly insert. And then what we're going to have here is I actually want to make a bunch of fast inserters. So I'm going to queue those up real quick. And in the meantime, I'm going to run a little bit of power from here, I guess. Here's the closest spot. Let's zoom back in. And yeah, just like that. That'll load that up nice and good. And then we'll take these fast inserters, and I think I can put 6 across, but I think I'm only going to do 4. Might not even do 4. I might just do 2 in the middle here real quick. Not actually sure if, like, because this is going to be make a couple of chests. And we're going to go up, and we're going to go, it's going to come across here. There we go. Now I just need to run power out this way. Boom. Okay, and you guys are only going to fill up to, say, 2 spots each. I don't want all of my coal just being loaded into a couple boxes here. Alright, so you're carrying coal. And then I think... So the obvious next step is that I need to go to the other side here. And I'm going to pull out, because I need coal in order to make plastic, and I need water in order to make... Yeah, that's how it goes. I need another oil refinery. I've got one oil refinery, and I've got a bunch of chemical plants. I guess I don't actually need anything else in that regard, huh? Need a bunch of pipes. I guess that's about it. Question, how are we doing on smog? Still good. Are we doing on power? Still very good. I need to make... Yeah, I have one of these. Let's actually go ahead and grab it so that we're ready to go once we get where we're going. Trains are like a big part of the game. Trains are a big part of a lot of this game. I'm going to go ahead and set you there. And I guess I have to use the train itself, huh? So we're going to rename this. This is going to be coal drop. And we'll actually make it black because it's coal. And we'll do the same for the other one when we get there. So for right now, this needs to branch off. Let's do it. It doesn't really matter where we do it. Let's do it like here. And we're going to put down a second oil refinery. Give some space from the first one. Boom. You are just going to go ahead and basic processing. and you're gonna export out this way, and you're going to end up flowing into, actually, you know what, let's, ay, caramba. Not ideal. Actually gonna back this up a bit. Because we have 7 chemical plants, and I remember that the combination was, I believe it was 4 for plastics and 3 for... If I do something like 1, 2, 3, 4 for plastics, and then like 1, 2, 3 on this side. Let's keep making more of these pipes. I just need to make a whole bunch of them. So we're gonna go out on this side. Okay. You guys are making sulfur. So you need, yeah, you need water. So sulfur and sulfur. And yeah, this, you see, these are specific, right? Left side here is the gas input, and the right side is water. It's very important to keep that in mind. Okay, and I need underground pipes. I need probably 3, well, let's do like 5 sets. And make more regular pipes. Let's do underground from here to here, a set from here to here, and a set from here to here, and then we do regular pipes to fill these in. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. That's the water set up, and now as soon as I start bringing power around, you'll start to see that all of this stuff can start to flow, or at least it can as soon as I start. So this is gonna be, I need regular, well, how often do you create sulfur is my question. 1 every second. Let's do fast inserters to pull you out. Let's go right in the middle, I think. Let's plant it like... yeah, something like... here would be ideal if I could just make that efficient somehow. Yeah, just like that. All right, and you're gonna go on to belts. Belts come, let's just say, well, it's gonna go, well, part of it, because it's gonna go to different places. So let's just start here and go up. All right, and now you, like I said, are gonna be regular cracking, and that will start to fill these up with... oh, it only outputs to one side. Ah, interesting. There we go. I didn't realize that the output for here is very specific as well. So now if I go here, you guys are going to be making plastic. And again, is it just, you need coal though, right? In order to make plastic? That's the whole thing? Yeah, you need coal and gas. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna go, I need to think about how exactly I want to do this. So if I go pipe to here and I go like down, for 3 each one. I can put a long-handled inserter here. Have an underground thing that goes here, here. Yeah, I think that's the most... I don't even need a long-handled inserter, just a regular inserter here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. There we go. Okay. And then we'll make a bunch of underground belts. I need, I don't know, like 6 sets or something. And we'll do, and then I'll make like, yeah, a few inserters as well. And we'll go underground. There. To there. To there. To there. Each fed by boom, 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 and boom, and this will have coal on it eventually. Because coal's gonna come from here, so I'm gonna make 2 more of these wooden boxes. We're gonna go just like we did in the other place. We're gonna take fast inserters. We're gonna go out and out. Although, actually, for this, I'm actually going to do 4. I will actually do 4 for this. We'll go boom, boom, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to make sure it gets done as fast as possible. This actually, now that I'm thinking about this doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? I'm really just filling this. I guess it's going to be something like... like that. It's not really ideal, is it? But it is what it is, I guess. Okay, so that's all set up. Now I just got to actually get the train itself moving. We've got... oh, actually, lab research already finished. It didn't take long. We'll get advanced circuits started, which is what we're going to start using this for. These guys get produced... what's the time frame on these guys? Every second. Yeah, I think we're going to probably want fast inserters for those as well. Make 3 more fast inserters here real quick before we get too far. And we're gonna go like 1, 2, 3. Or to output all that. And we're gonna go like... yeah, something like that for each one of these. And that'll be... because that's going to load onto this second car. Which, we're going to make 2 more of these. We're going to need more fast inserters. Actually, the fact that we have the ability to make 4 in our hand is like exactly perfect. It's exactly what we need. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go power right here. Get those guys all nice and powered up. And then with all that open, Here's what we're gonna do. Now that that's been designed and sort of, you know, I've got inputs and outputs figured out, because this isn't just gonna be coal, this is gonna be like all chemical stuff. This is gonna be all chemical processes. This isn't just coal pickup and drop. This is like all chemical processes. We gotta run ourselves all the way back. And of course, the thing here is that none of this is like permanent. All of this is going to be changed out by the time we're like working on like purple science, probably. But it is what it is for now. Put a second car on here. And this we're going to have to go the other direction with, of course. But we're going to, like, just for the time being, we're going to make this black. We're going to make this, well, it's not really coal drop, but we're going to make it, we're going to just call it coal pickup for now. And on the train here, well, we'll set the train with its own thing in a minute, because I have to pick up a bunch of iron and copper. Actually, yeah, well, a little bit of copper probably, but mostly it's iron. I gotta pick up a bunch of iron because I need to make more of my inserters. And the reason I need to make more inserters is because we need to continue making more, or well, rather we need to finish up with this stop here, right? Because at some point we're going to be bringing plastic back, and then I need to get that out of the train. I gotta get the plastic out of the train. Actually, again, because this is a drop-off, we're gonna actually use these. We're gonna go, we need to make, let's just make 15 of these real quick, I guess. We're double checking some things here. So should this make 2 lines? I think it should. It should make 2 lines. Of plastic coming off. And the plastic once off of here is going to, I guess, just go on the bus, huh? Am I just gonna add this straight to my existing bus somehow? Like, I don't know. That I haven't really decided yet. I guess what I could do is, instead of taking this off here, I could have a whole second line that it wants to go to, a whole second spot that it wants to go to further at the end of the bus, which is where it'll actually drop off plastic, which I think actually might be the better bet here. So instead of this, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to, what's the best way to do it? Wrap up around this way or come down around this way? There's a lot of like hills and cliffs and stuff here that would make it difficult to route a train down around this way. Although I do need to send a train down this way because this has got to get eventually put on, because this is like a coal plant, so I can get rid of all of this, like the front of coal. Like, I can make a stop here to pick up, I guess maybe that should be a whole second train, maybe. Maybe that's what it should be. Maybe it should be a whole second train that, like, picks up plastic here, picks up Well, not really sure, actually. So my thoughts are currently, I can make this one train, just extend it out, and like just to drop off the plastic. I do think I still want to do that. So that might go up and over here and come down like here and drop it off here so that I can like add it to the bus at this point. I think that might be the most correct way to approach it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make a train stop. And yeah, we've still got some rails. Although not necessarily many at this point. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to, from this point, we're going to go north. And we're going to start curving around here. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to clear this because we're going to go pick up more. We're going to pick up more rail. I'm going to go pick up more grenades. And I'm also, while I'm walking, I'm going to make a couple of rail signals and rail chain signals, which are going to be needed to make sure that our different trains on different tracks don't slam into each other. And I should also maybe make this a proper intersection instead of just making it like a V. I think that might actually be better. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure out this train intersection up here. I'm going to collect a bunch of stuff and build out this sort of train way. And then I will be back and I'll show you guys sort of what I came up with, okay? All right, see you on the other side. Let's go. So I've hit a bit of a frustrating hitch here trying to finish up my rail line. As you can see, what I've done here, by the way, is I've kind of changed the whole shape of all this. I undid everything I did at the start of this episode and sort of redirected everything here. What you can sort of see here is, well, really what I did is this is going to be like sort of a central switching area where trains can sort of go left, right, up, down, because there's a big coal here, more big coal up here. So like there's going to be trains running from the south pretty consistently into this area eventually. So this is going to be like a big switching area for that. There's going to be lots of trains running from down here. So we'll have to do like another switching area sort of down here that can connect up to this route as well if we really wanted to. But this is the idea. We're going to run this along. There will be a sort of a pickup and drop off area sort of right here. And then this up. But unfortunately, there's a big hunk of water right where I want to put this thing. So unfortunately, I'm going to try and figure out like how much space I actually want to use for this. And I guess see if I can squeeze this in without having to fill that up, or if so, just figure out how much of it I need to fill up, because I am making landfill, so I don't know. I'll see how much of this I need to actually make use of, and I'll get right back to you guys, all right? I'll be back in a bit. All right, welcome back. I realized that I was just sort of quietly working on this stuff a little further than I probably intended on doing, but now you can sort of see the system that I've got set up. I've got 3 sort of drop points here. This is where the coal initially gets picked up out of the initial system. This will be changed. This entire stop will probably be eliminated after this coal patch is worked out and we have to move up to this one, right? For now, this is where it's going to pick up its coal. From there, you can see it's going to go to the plastic. Well, the first step, it'll actually skip that and it'll go to the coal drop, right? And where it'll drop off coal and pick up a bunch of plastic, right? At least that's the goal. It won't do that initially, but eventually that's going to be the goal. Then it'll go back here just to stock up on a little bit more coal, go to the plastic drop, drop that off, and finish its loop. That's the sort of, full circuit that I've programmed into it. The cool thing about trains in this game, whoops, that's not actually what I meant to do. Cool thing about trains in this game is that everything is like perfectly automatable. You can like go into the train itself and set what station it goes to next, what it does at that, or basically what it's waiting for once it gets there, and then the next thing it goes to after that. So this is awesome. I love the train system in this game. You might notice that I don't have I only got 1 train down, so while I do have signals and chain signals, I haven't put any of them down here. That's not going to be an issue until we get multiple trains running on this sort of system. So for right now, I'm just leaving it as is. I will set all of my trains. Eventually, I'll set all of my trains to just hold at stations. I'll just lock everything down, and they won't be traveling, and then I can start working on signaling and stuff like that eventually. But for right now, we're just going to set this thing. We're going to let this just go, I think. I'm going to set it to automatic, and it should. It's going to wait for 30 seconds of coal pickup because that's the first thing that it's always set to do. And then, actually, I'm going to try. Can I get into it? Yeah. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to watch it sort of follow its own path here. So the first thing it's going to try and do, it's currently got... Well, I can't look at the... Well, I can't look at the cargo at the same time I'm doing this. But, like, you can see the cargo's full of coal. It's as loaded up with coal as it can get. It's holding on to 2,000 units of coal. So after 30 seconds have passed, it's going to, and it has found a route. It automatically traces its own route. So now we're traveling. We'll get to coal drop, and it's going to wait for 5 seconds of inactivity, which at this point actually just means that it's going to wait until this system dumps all of this coal, because these things need coal before they can start working. Actually, it might, well, because it's going to take a while for this to actually sort. Yeah. I want to make sure that I set a limit on these, because these are pickup boxes. There we go. So it'll actually, so it's going to wait until it drops off all of its coal and picks up all of its plastic, basically. Which we can go ahead and just wait for a bit here, I think. Yeah, see, it's checking for activity and inactivity. Every time something happens, either something is picked up or put into one of its wagons, this resets, and it's checking to see if 5 seconds ever goes by. So this is going to be... I'm going to go ahead and lock this to here real quick, just to try and speed this process along. In fact, I'm going to do a couple things to try and speed this process along, if you'll allow me. I'm going to, like, drop some of these... off here. Didn't really think about how long this was actually going to take to unload. Can I... Aha, I can't just click on that. Okay, so we'll go to the next stop. So it's deposited a lot of coal, and we picked up a lot of plastic. Now we should stop here. We're just waiting for 15 seconds, so we're going to pick up more coal. Our engine's going to reload with the few pieces of coal that it's spent. That's what the second line of coal is for. So that shouldn't take... Well, I've only got it set to wait for 15 seconds, so the point is not to do a full refill in that time. It's just to sort of top off a little bit. And then we're going to run back over here to plastic drop, where we are going to wait for inactivity, which means we're basically waiting for it to unload all of its... We're waiting to unload all of the plastic. That does seem... I mean, everything seems to be working. We'll let this unload in a second here. We don't have things like stack inserters yet. Actually, I can be working on tech. If I go into tech, I see I've worked on a few tech things in the meantime. We do have blue science available, so that will be the next thing we start working on. Let's see. Let's work on stack inserters next, because stack inserters are going to help this whole logistics process, because they'll move a whole stack at a time instead of moving individual items at a time. They're perfect for working on trains. Okay, so now it's just going to wait. It senses 5 seconds have gone by without anything happening, and so it's moving forward. It's going to go to coal drop, and yeah, so as you can see, this is a really powerful system. You don't want to ever stand on the tracks unless you're sure a train is or is not coming, because the train will kill you very efficiently. The train is very, very good at killing players. So you want to be very careful of that train while it's in motion. But as long as I'm not standing on the tracks, I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, this worked out pretty well. We had to fill in a good chunk of this lake in order to take care of this, but we have train moving, and now over here we have plastic that's been dropped off. So I think the first thing I want to do at the top of next episode is to work on getting advanced circuits produced. I want to start producing as many advanced circuits as we can, really, because we're going to have a pretty good amount of plastic drop. So I want to create a whole bunch of, well, at least I want to start creating circuits. So like we're gonna, you know, I can actually start extending this bus a bit here. By, yeah, make a few more of these. Let's extend out to about here. And now we're sort of, so we actually looked away from the bus for a while. Like, we haven't actually put much on this bus since we did the last sort of major science. You know, we started making some engine pieces, we started making some guns on it, but for the most part, since making blue science, we haven't really looked at the bus yet. So now we are having an opportunity to get a really good look at, you know, how the bus is going to be useful here. Because you can see it's got pretty much everything that we need, with the exception of sulfur, which, you know, we are producing sulfur. I just don't have a place for it yet. But aside from sulfur, you'll see it's got basically everything that I need in order to start making blue science, which needs advanced circuits and engine units. We're already making engine units. We'll just have to make a separate section to make more of them here. But, like, we're already making engine units. We're just going to copy what we're already doing. And advanced circuits need electronic circuits, copper cable, and plastic bars. Like, we now have everything that we need in order to make all that happen. So that's what we're going to start next episode with, is automating red science production, or not red science, red circuit production. We're going to do that right here in this plot of land here, and this extended area sort of right here is going to be our production for blue science, which will involve expanding our train system as well. There will be another train system extension that will need to go in as well, simply because we don't have a place to drop off sulfur in here. We're going to want to drop sulfur off right here so we can start using it. So there will have to be a modification to this train system here in order to allow us to drop in order to allow us to drop sulfur off. So we'll have to do that before we can do all the blue science. But first, we're going to do the red circuits. Do that next time. Thank you guys for watching. As always, my name is Tanis Fugit. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by the Fugitive Theater. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.